Hi, I'm Amelia and I work in the fundraising team at Play Action International, looking after our wonderful student volunteers and supporting them with their fundraising. I have a background in fundraising and getting involved with RAG societies. I've been doing that since my first year of university, and then since then I've also been a challenge leader for a couple of challenges, the Three Peaks and Kilimanjaro. I've also done a couple of international volunteering projects that I fundraise for, and then since then have worked in student fundraising at another charity and now here at Play Action International. One of the fundraisers that I've run in the past, which raised about £300, was called A Postcard from Laksh. So I was taking part in the Laksh project, which is a volunteering project, and that involved volunteering in India for a month. So I created a calendar of the 30 days that I would be out in India, and then asked different people in my kind of network, friends, family, people that my parents worked with, for example, anyone that I could kind of reach and get the word out to, got them to sponsor a day on the calendar for a donation of £10. And then what happened as a result of that is that whichever day they chose to sponsor, when I was out in India, I wrote like a little personalised postcard about what I actually had done on that day in terms of my volunteering, which I then shared with them when I got back. The postcards I produced myself. I just ordered them from, like the kind of websites where you get your photos printed and turned into like little postcards. So I made sure that whilst I was out in India doing the volunteering, that I got some good photos that kind of showed what I was doing out there. And I think that was quite a successful idea because it was nice and personal, and they were able to get like a real insight into the impact that their donation was actually having. This could work really well for students who are fundraising to head out to Uganda, because they could use the sort of different days on the itinerary of the trip that they're going on and ask people that they know to sponsor those. And I think that's quite exciting because they could potentially have someone donate the big opening day of the playground, which is obviously going to be a really exciting thing to hear about and really demonstrate the impact that the project and the donation has had. So I think that could be a really successful idea. I started by speaking to friends and family, firstly the ones who are kind of closest to me that I could, see them in person, talk to them, convince them to sign up and sponsor one of the days. And then once I already had on the calendar, like a couple of the days kind of filled in and that people had, decided to sponsor them, that then looked a bit better to go and kind of show other people rather than it being like a blank form and asking someone else to be the first. But then, taking that to different people that I had within my network. So for example, people that I knew through like different societies I was involved in at university, or people that I knew through my job. And then also when I had done that, I shared the form with like my parents, and each of them took it to people that they worked with as well to try and fill in some of the ones that were kind of left over blank until all of the different days had been sponsored. A lot of the people who donated to the kind of sponsor a day postcard project thing that I did were people who had already supported my fundraising for that particular charity organisation beforehand, like earlier on in the year, and also people who have donated previous fundraising initiatives that I've done for other organisations. And one of the things that I think has really encouraged people to sort of donate more than once to different fundraisers that I've done is that I've been really effective in making sure that I thank them. Firstly doing that in a timely manner, but also making the thank you really personal and not just a kind of generic thank you, but an explanation of the real impact that their kindness and generosity and the money that they've donated will be able to have. So for example, you could include like some of the statistics from the organisation about a donation of X amount enables a certain thing to be paid for, and you can include that in like a thank you card, which is what I often used to do, like just buy like a cheap pack of thank you cards and then handwrite like personal messages inside to give them to people. And my top tip for fundraising is to make sure that you thank your donors and supporters really well, to do it in a timely manner and in a personal way.